my name is Rachel Bryant, and I did my speech on sleep deprivation. Did you know that over 20% of Americans suffer from sleep deprivation? The American Sleep Disorders Association recognizes more than 85 different sleep disorders, which affect more than 70 million Americans. There are also many reasons other than disorders that we don't get our 8 hours. Especially among college students and young adults, we tend to find excuses not to sleep. A late football game, going out with friends, or an all-nighter for a test we didn't have time to study for. We often brush it off and say that we'll catch up later, it's no big deal, nothing coffee can't fix. But is that really the case? Caffeine may help temporarily, but as far as your health goes, it doesn't make up for loss of sleep. In this speech, you will learn about many of the adverse effects that can come from sacrificing sleep. You may be surprised to learn how many physical, emotional, and psychological effects exist on how dangerous it can really be, and how dangerous it can really be to yourself and others to be sleep deprived. To be sleep deprived, you don't have to miss out on much sleep. An article from WebMD states, reducing your nighttime sleep by as little as 1.5 hours for just one night could result in a reduction of daytime alertness by as much as 32%. As you can imagine, 32% is a huge difference, making normal everyday activities such as focusing in class or even staying awake through it difficult. Even if those aren't a problem, the less sleep you have, the less you're going to remember from that class. Memory problems are very much related to the lack of sleep. Not only is short-term memory reduced, but many parts of working memory can be affected as well. For example, driving a car. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine reports that 1 in 5 serious motor injuries is related to driver fatigue. 80,000 drivers fall asleep behind the wheel every day, and 250,000 sleep-related accidents happen each year. Even if you can stay awake, focusing on the road becomes a serious challenge. Sleep-deprived people who are tested by using a driving simulator or performing a hand-eye coordination task perform as badly or worse than those who are intoxicated above the legal limit. According to the National Sleep Foundation, you are probably too drowsy to drive safely if you have trouble keeping your eyes focused, you can't stop yawning, and or you can't remember driving the last few miles. The range of physiological effects caused by sleep deprivation is wide, from yawning to hallucinations. These physiological effects include, but are not limited to, aching muscles, memory lapses, depression, headaches, and those unattractive eye bags. Some of the more intense possibilities caused by long-term sleep deprivation can include obesity, seizures, heart attack, heart failure, or hallucinations. Along with all of these problems, not getting enough sleep can also increase your blood pressure, your stress hormone levels, your risk of diabetes, and your risk of fibromyalgia. A study even found that reduced sleep time is a greater mortality risk than smoking, high blood pressure, and heart disease. A lack of sleep can literally kill you. Fetal and childhood growth can both be stunned without proper sleep. Pregnant women need extra sleep during their first trimester to keep up with the new growing body inside of them. Sleep deprivation enhances activity on the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, which controls stress and regulates body functions such as digestion, the immune system, mood, sex, or energy usage, while suppressing growth hormones. You wouldn't think that weight had much to do with sleep, at least not in the way it correlates. More sleep should mean more fat, right? Since you aren't moving and burning calories at a pace that you would be if you were awake. This is not the case according to several large studies, which use nationally representative samples, which suggest that the decrease in average number of hours people are sleeping may be a main cause of the United States' obesity problem. The studies suggest that sleep deprivation disrupts hormones that regulate glucose metabolism and appetite, leading to weight gain, which leads to even more health issues. One last thing I'd like to point out about sleep deprivation is a little less about you and more about the others around you. Running on too little sleep for too long can lead to irritability, malaise, and even send you into a serious depression. This can lead to obvious things, like hurt relationships, social awkwardness, and isolation, as well as less direct things, like being too down to go to your best friend's birthday party or too distracted to pay attention at your son's football game. All types of activities that require sustained attention become challenges or impossible altogether if the deprivation is extended, leading to a lower overall quality of life. Sometimes, if not treated, relationships can also be stressed due to the disruption of sleep due to a partner's sleep disorder. Sometimes, if not treated, a sleep disorder can cause spouses to resent each other, have more conflicts, and even sleep in separate bedrooms, all of which can hurt the relationship long term. From temporary issues like mood swings and headaches to things that can affect you long term, such as a car accident, a heart attack, or a stroke, it's dangerous to deprive your body of rest. There are many options available to help. They range from learning time management skills to practicing methods of stress relief to help your mind shut off at night, all the way to getting medical help to treat chronic necessary for treating chronic problems. As you've learned today, sleep deprivation is not a problem that can be ignored if you want to stay in good health. It's something that should be monitored very closely and handled responsibly. I hope you've taken a lot from this speech and will use it to improve your health in the future. Sleep happy and be well.